BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Daryl Andrews, and we're talking spicy odd games, and one of the spiciest ones. Although, Daryl, we've been waiting for a while for this one. This one's the anticipation has been building over at least a year. I think it was on my Essen look out for list last Essen, like two Essens ago. So this is Mistwind, designed by Daryl Andrews and some little person named Adrian Adamescu. I know that name from somewhere, Steve.
Absolutely. Yeah, Adrian's one of my favorite humans in this world, and thankfully we got together on Sagrada, which is our best known game. And we sadly a year ago I moved away from the city. We shared the same city, but this game, if you've been waiting a while, me and Adrian have been waiting longer. It's funny.
That's true.
Mistwind we designed at the same time as Sagrada.
No, wait,
the exact
is
same time.
2017, so, right?
Yeah, 2017 Sagrada came out. We worked on both of these starting. We went back to look, and both of these games started to have notes in 2015 and really started to be finished design in 2016. This game went through a roller coaster of opportunities and emotions. Ironically, one of the first publishers that ever saw it was Stephanie from First Fish Games, and she saw us pitching it. I won't say to what publisher, but she said, if you guys don't sign it, I will. And that publisher did sign it. And so this game has actually been signed 3 times from 3 different publishers. And finally, when it came back, the last time we said, okay, we need to go back to Stephanie because this is ridiculous. She knew from the start.
Mm-hmm.
And every time, I will confess, we were tempted by the big publisher. We were tempted by this idea of this is our chance. And even I look back and my best successes have been with the little guy. Sagrada, people don't remember, Floodgate had very few published games when we decided to go with them. Same thing. First Fish has had some really excellent small games. And when we were showing it around, when the big dog would say hey, come sign with us, we were tempted. And then it would be slow and it would get bounced back to us and released. And after a bunch of times we said, well, we got to, dance with the girl who brought you. So we went back to Stephanie and we said, you know what? You had an early vision for this. Tell us more. And the coolest part was by that point, her partner, who's an artist, is the artist for the game, had a full sketchbook. He had done at least half of the art. And so when we saw that, we were like, oh my goodness, this is incredible. And so we signed the game with First Fish, and Gordon ended up doing all the art for it, which is stunning, and it really gives it, a chance, because a beautiful game, at least people will check it out. And then if it's a good game, they'll keep playing it. And so it really, was another one of those moments of a great team coming together and putting everything into it, and people recognizing it and saying, hey, let's give this a try.
Steve, I think Daryl Andrews just wrote a Hallmark movie right here on Gumbo Live. I mean, did you hear him?
I hear it, and it's going to end with the magical moment with the snow coming down at Christmas, and we should have known that First Fish should have been our first choice.
Should have been the first love. We should have brought. I mean, that's what it seems like. Poor Daryl and his game, Mistwind, just kept looking at all these bad choices. The rich power broker.
Tempted. Well, and the cool part is
Beret starring in it. You got it covered.
Oh my God, Lacey Shawbear could be Stephanie. Hey. We can do this. It's a Hallmark movie, Daryl.
You cast it. You make it happen. Yeah, and the fun part is Adrian's actually working now with Gordon on the next game in the same universe. So we're, I'm looking forward to getting to play test that and see what else they've.
I'm looking at some stats here, Steve. We got 120 minutes, 3.12. Daryl, this is a crunchy game.
It's a little crunchy. It's got a little bite to it.
Nice medium weight. So one of my favorite games that you've ever done is Dice Theme Park. In fact, I just got the expansion. Haven't played it yet. Can't wait to try it. But where does it level? How do you compare it?
Well, and that's Dice also a co-design with Adrian. Right. And I would say, honestly, I think it's pretty comparable.
Okay.
When it comes to the complexity, I would I would say that Mistwind's probably a smidge less. Those little fiddly parts of Dice Theme Park where you got to get your mind around all the little bits.
Sure.
That's probably a little less in Mistwind, but there's also, I think, especially because of the kind of the ramp up to this game, there's a little, analysis paralysis moment that people can fall victim to in the last round, because it really, like, the first round you're like, oh, this is easy, this is fast, and then the next round you're like, okay.
Ooh.
And then the next round you're like, uh-oh, my brain's starting to explode.
Now, which one between Mistwind and Dice Theme Park, which one has more whales?
Oh, I think there's at least one more in Mistwind.
I mean, that's the selling point, Steve. I've been seeing Mistwind on social media forever, and it's been that beautiful cover, but also we see the plastic pieces now. So there's gonna be little. We assume there's gonna be little whale pieces in there.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. The components that they came up with are really satisfying. It probably shouldn't be so satisfying, but it is for some reason. This moving around those cool little bits, it feels good.
It's flying whales. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to. That's Mistwind. Oh, so what's the news? When should we see? If you can tell us, when should we see?
Well, Mistwind should be out now. They especially I think after Gen Con they started they fulfilled around then, and so they should be in stores. It's tough to, like, I'm sure it's a bigger game, so stores it's hard for stores to know what to order. So I feel like, probably a bunch of stores ordered maybe one or two because they're a big box. They may have sold fast, but hopefully they'll get, restocks in and all that kind of fun stuff.
I don't know if Timey's still in the chat, but there's a game that we play with Timey when he's in the chat, if he's still there. And it's a game I've only won twice. So has he ever played Mistwind? We'll throw it out there, but you guys have to guess. So Daryl, has Time Roller, the king of Twitch streaming, he streams hundreds of board games a year.
Oh, I've watched many.
Has he played Mistwind? What do you think?
I don't.
You got to commit.
I don't know, but I'll guess yes.
You'll guess yes, Steve?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. Just
to be the contrarian. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to say, I'm going to Daryl. Daryl's the guest, and he knows this game. I'm going to go with Timey. So if Timey's still in the chat, we'll find out.
Oh, this is nothing about the game. This has nothing to do with that. This is just trying to, score points by going in the opposite, zigging when you all zag.
Yeah, that's key.
All right,
you gotta try the other strategy.
Check that out from First Fish, the true love of Mistwind, right? Check that on the home. It should be coming out on the Hallmark Channel next Christmas. Written by Steve O'Rourke, the name.
We got this covered.
It's been through some real different themes too. So the funny part is when it started, it was about messenger pigeons. Setting up a network of messenger pigeons.
Steve, this movie is writing itself. I mean, I'm already seeing the scenes.
It then became about cruise ships on the Mediterranean.
Oh, okay.
And then it became about literal animal moles. Yeah, I think it was moles, and it was a spy network. And it was about building tunnels.
I get it.
Like naked mole rats with a
with tunnels. Yeah, and then full circle.
Now and then naturally moves to air whales.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Mistwind. I just love that cover. So